Now let us try to understand how to use the tags which are given as part of JSTL specification. Tell me, JSTL is part of JSP. True, false? True, right? No. JSP is separate specification. JSTL is also separate specification. JSTL is not part of JSP. Right? JSTL specification. You need to use any of the implementation. We are using the implementation provided by Jakarta tag libs. I gave you this. I gave you this zip file. You had extracted. You had extracted, and you have to keep the in lib directory. There are two jars, JSTL jar and standard jar. You have to keep them in webinf, and then you have to keep the TLD whichever you are using. Now in this case I am using c.tld. You have to keep the c.tld inside webinf, right? So now I'll just give you a demo. There is a tag called C for each in Cortex. There is a tag called for each which will simulate the for loop in Java, right? Now I will give a demo of it. So for giving a demo, what I will do is I will write a servlet, and that servlet, in that servlet I will keep a list of some strings. Then I will forward from that servlet. I will forward a JSP. In that JSP, what I want to do is I want to iterate out the list of strings, display them. Okay, this is a simple thing. Let me do it first. So I am creating a new servlet first. New servlet. The servlet name I am giving as JSTL demo. The URL pattern I'll give as a /j, simply /j. I'll take doGet method and then finish. So here I'm just going to keep a list of strings. Okay, now response, sorry, first I'll create a list, array list of string names is equals to new array list of strings. Then I'll add some names to it. Names.add. Yes, in okay. Then next. Varun. Ramesh. Suresh. Who is Suresh? Okay. So I am keeping all these names inside a list. I'll set it as an attribute in request. Request dot set attribute names list names. I'm giving a different name. Okay, this is the name of the attribute. Then I'll forward to JSP. Get servlet context dot get request dispatcher. For the JSP I want the JSP name as /display.jsp dot forward. I'll use request and also response. So now in this display.jsp I want to use a tag called for each present in core tag library, and I want to display it. So I am writing a JSP now. display.jsp display.jsp. Here I want to use a tag called for each present in c.tld. So for first thing which I need to do is I need to declare a tag lib directive. If I want to use any tag, first thing is tag lib directive. Tag lib URI is equals to, see, control space, I press control space, take the one ending with core, java.sun.com/jsp/jst/core. The one ending with core is pointing to c.tld, core one. Prefix, I'll give as C. The standard prefix for core tag library is C. You can give anything. Now I want to print names are BR now see here how I'll use. If I press left, this one, see, it's showing all the tags. C colon, there is a tag called for each. Okay, so I want to iterate over a collection, right? What is items to be iterated over? Items is equals to dollar. What is the name of the attribute which is list? Tell me. Here this is the names list. So dollar names list means it will get the list. So dollar names list, this is the one to be iterated over. Okay. Where is equals to, I will use name. Okay. And then inside the body of it I will use dollar name. So just I will write a corresponding for block for loop, you will understand. Suppose if I am writing a scriptlet, suppose if I am writing a Java code, I will write like this: for, using the new for loop, the for each loop, I'll write something like this: string name colon names list. If names list is pointing to array list, I'll use it like this, right? Out.println name. Is this the way I iterate to a list if I am using for loop in Java? See, what is the meaning of this loop? For the first time in the loop, name will be pointing to first element of the name list. Second time in the loop, name will be pointing to second element. Like this until the end of the loop, until the length of this list, it will be iterating over the loop, right? Similarly here, C colon for each. For the first time the body is executed, name will be pointing to first name in the list. Second time in the loop, name will be pointing second name, right? Like that it will be iterating. Dollar name means it will print the current name, right? So it will print all the names. And then I will use a BR here inside the C colon for each for new line. That's all. Now what I'll do is I'll just give a request to JSTL demo servlet. Yeah, it has printed all the names, right? So this is a very simple to use C for each. Okay, any doubts? If the name is Ramesh, I want to print it in big letters. So I want something like if, which will simulate if condition. So for if, there is a tag called C if dollar name means this name variable is equals to, okay, here I'll keep it in double quotes, single quotes. If name is equals to Ramesh, okay, then only the body of the if should be executed. Okay, so it should be printed in H1 dollar name. Okay, else it should be printed normally. Okay, see, in this tag library there is no corresponding tag for else. We have to use another example. Okay, so I will write the reverse condition. There is no tag for else. Remember, I will use a reverse condition. If name not equals to Ramesh, then we print it without H1. Okay, now let us say I'll just refresh it. Not this one. Where is it? I think here on. Yeah, refresh. See, Ramesh is printed in H1, right? So you understood now how to use see if. This test is an attribute in if which will evaluate a boolean. Yesterday I told you expression language can be used to evaluate some expressions also. This is the expression which is comparing name is equal to Ramesh or not. Right? The body of if will be executed only if the test is equal to true. Right? Any doubts? Similar to if, you have some other tag called similar to switch also. Switch case you have in Java, right? Okay, similar to that we have another thing. Okay, now I'll remove this. Okay, first you try it. Now I'm going to tell you how to use a tag similar to switch case. There is a tag called choose. C:choose. Inside choose, what I can do is I can write C:, when. See, choose is just like a switch and when is like a case. When dollar name is equals to say, I'll keep this in single quotes. Dollar name is equals to some name like what is the name? Name is equals to Asin. If the name is Asin, I want to print it with H1 dollar name. And if when another one, just like another case, when name is equals to Varun, I want to print in H2, right? In rest all other cases like default, switch case default. If none of these are matching, I want to execute this one, C:, otherwise. This otherwise is just like default. It will be printing in H. I want it to print normally without any H2 also. I want to print normally, right? This is the one. This is similar to switch case. Choose tag is similar to switch and when tag is similar to case. Otherwise tag is similar to default. Okay, now I'll run it. Let us see the output. Oh, it is showing in cache. I will open it here. Yeah, see, Asin in H1, Varun in H2 and other names in normal way, right? So this is an example of how to use switch case. I'm going to write another JSP, new JSP demo. Okay, see here, I want to set a variable inside session scope. Okay, first of all, if I want to use tag libraries, I have to declare taglib. URI is equals to the one which is ending with core, prefix is equals to C. Then now I want to set an attribute in session scope, so I'll use C colon set. C colon set var is equals to variable name. What is the variable I want to set? Var is equals to some names, value is equals to I will write some name, some string here. I'll write names here, Yasin, Ramesh, Varun and Mahesh. Where is Mahesh? Okay. So what this will do is it will set the attribute. This is similar to setting an attribute in page scope. By default, I am not specifying any scope. The default scope in JSP is page. This is equivalent to page context dot set attribute. See, this line is equivalent to page context dot set attribute. Attribute name is what? Names, comma value is this one. Okay, I am set. This will set the attribute in page scope. The default scope in JSP is page scope. How to set an attribute in page scope? Page context dot set attribute. Okay, next one. I want to set this in another scope called session. So scope is equals to session. So this is equivalent to session dot set attribute. If I wanted to set in request, scope is equals to request. Or if I want to set an attribute in application scope, scope is equals to. So like that, you can set an attribute in any one of the scopes by using C colon set. Okay. Next, this is one thing, and next thing what I want to do is, I want to show you how to tokenize a string. Like in Java, we have a class called string tokenizer, which is almost deprecated, or in string class you have used a method called split to split a string by using some delimiter, right? So if you want to tokenize and iterate over each token, token means here I have set the names to comma separated values, right? So Yasin is one token, Ramesh is one token, right? So now what I want to do is I want to split this string, means I want to tokenize this string, iterate over each token and print the token, right? So for tokenizing any string, you have another tag called C colon for tokens. Okay, items is equals to, see, now names is items to be tokenized, dollar names, delimiter is equals to what? Comma, right? And here you have var is equals to, I'll say name. Now what this will do is it will tokenize by using this delimiter. It will tokenize this name by using this delimiter. There are 4 tokens now. First time in the loop, whatever I gave here, var name will be pointing to first name, Yasin. Second time in the loop, Ramesh, like that. Now what I will do is I will directly print dollar name. Okay, that's all. Let us see whether it will print all the things or not. I'll give br, so it should print all the names. I'm running. Yes, it has printed, right? All the names. So this is how to use C:\set and C:\for tokens. What are various ways of managing a session? By using cookies internally. Session can be recognized by using cookies. The next one is URL rewriting. If you want the session to be managed, even though cookies are disabled, then you have to encode the URLs with JSessionID, right? In session management we have seen response.encode URL method we have to use to encode URLs. And the other one is hidden form fields. Right? These are the three techniques for managing sessions. Right? So let us take the second one. You have to encode each and every URL which you are writing inside your JSP page. Means suppose if you are writing form tag, suppose if you are writing a form action is equals to, you are writing the URL here in action, right? Instead of hard coding the URL, suppose if you want to write an action called X, okay? But if cookies are disabled, once I submit this form, session cannot be tracked if cookies are disabled. So whenever I am writing action is equals to, I want to encode the URLs. If it is in Java, the way to encode URLs is response.encode URL method, right? But if you want to use a tag, you have to use like this. I want to encode X with JSessionID value. Okay. So see here, there is a tag called C:\URL. Var is equals to variable name ABC, value is equals to X. This is the one which I want to encode, and I'll say scope is equals to page. Means what this will do is, this is a variable name, value is this one, and scope is equal to this one. Means it will encode the value X with JSessionID value and store it in page scope with this name. Okay. Now what I can use here in form action, I can use $ABC. Now ABC will be encoded. Now X will be encoded with URL value. Now let me just run and show you. Once I run and show you, will be able to understand. And now I'll show you the source. I'll just use the external browser. Now I'll show you the source. Wait, something is missing here. Okay, if cookies are disabled, let us see. Just disable the cookies. Yeah, now I have disabled the cookies. If cookies are disabled, what C:\URL is doing? X is appended with JSessionID value. So server somehow get the value of JSessionID. So whenever you want to encode your URLs, then see what I am doing. This is the URL which I want to encode. I'm using C colon URL, value is X. So what this will do is, the X will be appended with JSON value. It will be stored in page scope with this name, right? Then $ABC I'm using, so it will print the value of ABC. Value of ABC is what? X colon the JSON value. So whenever you are writing URLs in your application, you have to encode your URLs by using CURL. Otherwise, your session tracking will not work if cookies are disabled, right? Okay, that's about CURL. The last tag which I am going to tell you, the important tag. First, I want to explain about welcome files. See, if you have seen web.xml, you might have seen welcome files. What is a welcome file list? See here, in my application, I'll go to the browser and give a request like this. Now this request is going to demo.js, right? If I give slash, custom tags is application name slash. Slash means the root directory. After slash I am not giving anything. If somebody gives a request like this, it is now giving 404, right? Whenever I give a request ending with slash, what the container will do is, it will see in the welcome file list. It will search for a file called index.html in the application. If it finds, it will display this. If it is not found, it will search for index.html. If it finds, it will display it, otherwise no. Or this one. So if somebody gives slash in the URL, application name slash means root directory, you want some page to be displayed, that will be the welcome file. So then what you have to do, you have to create any one of the file. Okay, now to be very simple, what I'll do is, I will write index.jsp, welcome file list is in index.jsp. Means, suppose if somebody gives slash, application name, slash, after slash they don't give anything. Then which file will be displayed? Welcome file is index.jsp, that will be displayed. Now I have to create a file called index.jsp. Generally that will be the welcome file of our application. A home page of our application will be the welcome file, right? Now I'll write index.jsp here. Index.jsp. Okay. Now see, I will write welcome to Accenture. Now I'll just start the application and then refresh here. See, now I gave slash, I didn't give slash index.jsp. I just gave slash, automatically index.jsp is displayed, right? Okay. Now whenever I give slash, I don't want index.jsp to be displayed. I want it to be automatically redirected to say display demo.jsp, right? I want redirect. So in servlets, if you want to redirect, what is the way to redirect? Tell me, which is the method you use? Response.send redirect or request.send redirect. Request.send redirect, response.send redirect. Yeah, this was the question in your exam. There are ABCDs. Request.send redirect, response.send redirect, context.send redirect, response.send redirect. Remember. Okay, if it is in Java, it is response.send redirect, right? But there is a tag for that also. See, now again, I will use I will write the taglib directive. Then I am going to redirect C:redirect to where URL is equals to I want it to be redirected to demo.jsp, right? Now see, if I refresh now, I should see the contents of demo.jsp. These are the contents of demo.jsp which I showed earlier. So I gave slash but it automatically got redirected to demo.jsp, right? So if you want to redirect from one JSP to another, C colon redirect. Okay. Now tell me, while redirecting, should I redirect to a servlet or JSP in the same application, or can I redirect to anywhere like google.com? Can I redirect? No. Anywhere. While redirecting, what the browser will do, browser will make a fresh request. Whenever it's making a fresh request, the request need not be to your application. It can be to google.com also. Okay. Now URL is equals to, I can say www dot, sorry, I'll say http://www.google.com. So now if I give a request ending with slash, if I give a request, if I press enter, it should automatically try to go to google.com. Okay, it is saying Firefox does not find google.com because I am not connected to internet. Okay, it is trying to redirect to google.com. Okay, this is about redirect tag. If you want to display length of a collection, you can use another tag library called functions. Taglib URI is equals to, see the end, the one which is ending with functions. Okay, I am taking this library, inside it prefix is equals to fn, right? Now I want to print names. Before printing names, I want to print length is equals to length colon, I'll use dollar fn colon length of names list. Let me just check 1 minute. I'll just give a request to servlet which will forward to JSP. Okay, I'll use it in Firefox. Yeah, length is 4. So if it's a very common requirement to display the length of a collection, maybe sometimes you may need to search for something and you want to display this number of records found, right? So this is the one which you can use, $fn colon length. This is one of the important functions. I am just telling only important functions which will be regularly used. Okay, that's all. This will finish our JSTL topic.